Hi, I'm Aaron Raw, and you're watching Atheist Edge.
All right, so the Coalition of Reason, we talked about that a little bit. This is kind of an umbrella group in the north. Well, there's a nationwide Coalition of Reason.
Yes.
But there's a just one just for the Dallas Fort Worth, the North Texas area.
Well, there used to be.
Right. And that was an umbrella organization.
Yes.
That all the atheist groups, free thinker groups, secular groups, were under.
Right.
So, what happened to the Coalition of Reason?
Well, how did it come about?
How did it come about?
That's
Okay.
what I want to. That's
All
what I
right.
want to talk about. There was a guy in Dallas whose name escapes me now, but he had come up with an idea that we should put up the groups, not just. He was not a member of Metroplex Atheists. He was a member of one of the Dallas groups, and I can't remember which one it was. But anyway, he wanted to put up a billboard, and so we decided we wanted to. We met and we decided to do that. I was the president of Metroplex Atheists
Okay.
at the time, and so we put out a deal to collect money just for that. I mean, people would contribute
Right.
to our group.
A specific cause.
Yeah, it was specifically for that, and we had it on our website where you contribute here, it goes to the Coalition of Reason. And so we raised quite a bit of money, a couple of grand, I think, or maybe a little bit more. But then that was in the fall, and this was in the first part of '09.
Okay.
January of '09, I became aware of the billboard that they put up in Philadelphia, which was the one that we ended up putting up, which was "Don't believe in God, you're not alone."
Oh, yeah, that one appeared on buses in London even. It was all over.
Yeah, well, but anyway, that was it had only appeared in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, at that time.
In '09.
All right.
And so I got talking to the lady who was in charge of that, and she's still actively involved in that group. And then, but they had there was some guy, I call him the Atheist Daddy Warbucks. I know his name, but I can't think of it. And I usually call him the Atheist Daddy Warbucks anywhere because I don't say his name. But anyway, he was kind of in the background, with some money. And we decided we were going to form a group. I decided, and Zach Moore and I had talked about this before, forming kind of a group where all the groups could talk together,
Yeah.
a clearinghouse and all that. And so we talked about doing that. Well, I decided to put it together. And then I learned that that this Coalition of Reason was going to be formed, the national group. It had not formed at the time. It wasn't there. And so by the time March got here, I'd been working on this thing way too many hours I spent doing this thing. And they were supposed to, we thought we were going to get some money from this rich guy, and we did get some money, but I started talking she was going to be the head of this coalition, but then the guy with the money, he was kind of he didn't really like women that much, I don't think, and so there was another guy that got involved whose name I know just as well as I know my own name, but I can't think of it. But he was with the American Humanists. Anyway, and I started talking to him because he was going to take over and be the head of this group, which in fact he did.
The local one.
No.
Oh, the national one.
The national.
Okay.
But they hadn't even they didn't even have a website at the time. When I said, I've had people after me like, we've got all this money and we contribute this money. When are we going to get the billboards, And I told him, we need to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
Because,
There was no deadline. There was no.
Yeah.
firm time to get it done.
And if I had to wait till they formed their group, that was going to be even farther down the line. And so the Dallas Fort Worth Coalition of Reason was the first coalition of reason. And we put up the billboards, and they contributed to us. They gave us,
The local
No,
COR
no.
came before the national one?
yes,
I never knew that.
Our group was first.
Oh, wow.
The one that I formed. And
You formed that. You were instrumental in that. I did not know
I
that
did it.
either.
No, I
Wow.
was it. I did it.
I had no idea. I
Yeah.
did not know it. I've known you 3 years. I've never known this.
Yeah. Well, we put up the billboards. Well, they said they were going to send us some money, and they did. They sent us, I don't know, $3,000 maybe. I had to look back to make sure how much it was, but it was a lot of money. But it came from American Humanists, of all things. Now, where they got the money, maybe they got it someplace else, I don't know. But the check that we got was from American Humanists.
Good.
And we put up billboards in Dallas and Fort Worth, 2 of them. And we paid some of it ourselves, but mostly it was this group that paid for it, American Humanists. And those billboards went up. One was on I-35W and one was on I-35E.
I bet that got tons of exposure.
We got a lot of exposure.
How many news media outlets came to you for interviews?
3, I think.
That's it?
Oh, yeah.
Because we'll talk about the bus ones.
The bus
The
was,
more
yeah.
that's more recent.
Yeah.
But you guys were getting international, European news agencies were.
Yeah, not for the billboards.
This is the bus ones that came later. Yeah.
The bus one, yeah.
So these billboards, yeah.
Yeah, and but they did, we got a lot of publicity, and I was on TV, he was talking about, his neighbors didn't know he's an atheist. Everybody knew I was an atheist.
No shame in your game. Yeah, you and Randy were doing a lot of, what's the big, were you on some of the major broadcasts?
Yeah,
Prime time?
yeah.
Nationwide? Like
Oh, no,
NBC?
not nationwide, no.
Oh,
No.
Local stuff,
Local,
okay, yeah.
It was just local.
All right.
At that time, and anyway, what happened was, all of the groups got a boost in membership.
Yeah.
We got a huge boost.
Was that a rising tide, raises all the ships? Yeah.
Because we were doing better. I mean, when I started going to Metroplex Atheists, we'd sometimes have 3 or 4 guys there, and a dozen people was an enormous crowd, and then
I've seen that
after
place full. I've seen
Yeah.
50 plus people.
Oh yeah, but membership went up substantially,
Mhm.
and then that was very successful. And when we did the billboards, the bus ads. The bus ads, they were on buses, and this is kind of really funny, I thought, because we thought we'd do that, and what we were going to do is we were having pictures of atheists taken at a convention that we had, the one that we had here locally, and if you want to be on the bus ads and you want your picture taken, we post for them. We had a photographer do that. And then Greg Cox, which was Laura's husband, he's a guy that does that kind of work, and he put together the whole thing. With the flag background, and the pictures of all the atheists, and we had. I was good without God,
This is the bus ones.
Yeah, this is the bus one. That was in December of 2010.
Zachary Moore's been on the show. He talked a little bit about this and how buses tend to go in inner city areas.
Yeah.
And so he and others, I think, got pulled aside and basically ganged up on by this coalition of black pastors.
Yeah.
Did you know about all that?
Oh, yeah.
Were you involved in all that?
I was right in the middle of it.
Did those black pastors get a hold of you
Oh,
and
yeah.
say, why are you targeting black people?
Yeah,
And-
but no, they didn't
Ooh,
didn't tell us directly that. Of course, we didn't. Well, here's the funny part.
if they
I
go
think.
on buses, yeah,
They-
they're doing some math and they're
Okay,
saying,
but,
yeah.
But here's the math. We didn't have a lot of money, and nobody was helping us with this.
Right.
And we had enough money to put these signs on 4 buses. At the time, there was 160 buses in Fort Worth, and we put it on 4 buses. And I was thinking, I don't know if we're going to get anything out of this,
And it went crazy.
Well, then the pastor you're talking about, he was accused us of targeting black areas, which we don't know where the buses are going to go. Nobody knew where the buses are going to go. And so, but we initially got some pretty good local coverage.
Yeah.
And then he got involved in it. And then that just extended the coverage, And then I was back on TV again, after the first time. And then I was back on TV again. And then this Christian guy who had one of those signs that you pull around behind the pickup.
Yeah,
and
I heard about that. Zach was talking about this one too.
Yeah, well,
they followed the bus around.
He followed one of the buses
Yeah.
around. Well, I don't know how much he did that, but
That got on the news.
That got on the news, and that got me invited to Channel 4 to go into their studio and be interviewed on camera.
Probably right across
live.
from that guy.
Huh?
No. It was probably a debate format.
No,
Okay.
just me,
All right.
and which was really pretty extraordinary.
They didn't cut up your sound bites. They didn't.
No.
Creative editing to make you look bad.
No,
Good.
and well, it was live.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and this woman, she's still on there. I can't think of her name. Kind of short woman, long hair, really nice looking.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, then you meet her in person, and she was good looking.
Well, those anchor people,
Oh.
but all of them have to be
Man, she was
porcelain veneers. Everything's,
She-
and especially with HD TV now and 4K TV.
Yeah, that's-
every
that's-
blemish, you got to be
Yeah.
fucking perfect.
But anyway, she, frankly, I don't really like what you've done, and why would you do it in December? We didn't do it in December on purpose, and I denied, that we did it on December. But she said, no, I don't, I
Is
said,
December more holy than the other 11?
What I said was, well, nobody owns December. And she said, well, yeah, that's true, But we did, but it's just, that happened to be when we put the whole thing together. And we didn't mean to even do it in December.
I love when people like that, when you can see the cognitive dissonance and the gears of logic just start, they're rusty, but you see them start moving in their heads for the first time and they're just like,
Yeah.
What, do you think about what you think about ever?
Yeah. But anyway, that's when it really, then we've got a lot, it went all over the world. We were in newspapers, and I saw some in India, and we were in the New York Times.
So that got definitely way more exposure than the COR billboards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if we were ever to do it again, well, we're banned from the buses now.
Oh yeah, because they.
But
the buses,
conversely,
because we went to the board meeting of the bus group, and when they discussed that, but he spoke, he obviously supported what was going on, and that was covered. I was sitting next to a newspaper, not a newspaper, but one of the ladies that. Reporters, and so it was interesting. But boy, I'll tell you what, those black pastors, man, they shunned him horribly.
Alex Jules?
Yes. Boy, they really were not happy with him. They weren't happy with any of it. But particularly when the board says, okay, we just won't take any ads at all from,
Again,
any
logic.
religion.
If you support a cause, does it matter the color of your skin? Why would you get more mad at someone who's black
Yeah.
that is supporting this cause
Well, they did,
than light-skinned?
But they were mad at him.
Logic dictates we're
What difference
people,
does it
we
make?
support the cause,
Yeah,
and they're calling him, I'm sure they're Uncle Tom and him to death,
yeah.
or something similar, but it's just not logical
Yeah.
to me.
No. But
Did he defend himself well?
Oh well, they didn't
As
attack
best
him
as
when
he
he was
could.
speaking, but they didn't actually attack him verbally. They just, the looks that he got from that group when he walked out, and they were like, it was sad. But anyway.
It is sad.
And then the coalition, well, the way we'd set up, there was a coordinator and an assistant coordinator. The assistant coordinator took after the coordinator, and that was what's his name? What's the matter?
I know some of these names sometimes just escape me too.
Well, it's the guy we were just talking about.
Oh, Alex or Zach Moore.
Zach,
Yeah, okay.
Zach Moore took over after me, and they did some stuff. But then things kind of, they didn't do anything.
It was going strong there for a while.
Yeah.
Because when I retired from the military and came here from Germany and set down roots, the first thing I started looking at online, let's see where the atheist groups are, right? Coalition Reason was going strong.
Yeah.
They had a meetup app. They were this umbrella group. They're like, their website had all the smaller groups listed.
Yeah.
Where do you live? Here's your groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was really helpful for me.
Yeah. And but then it just kind of, well, Alex took over after that, and Alex, well, he was having work problems. He was traveling a lot more than he expected
Yeah.
to, and
He's still
Yeah.
right now. He's the Fellowship of Free Thought. Is he the president of Fellowship of Free Thought? And the
Yeah.
Dallas Black Non-Believers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they appointed a new executive director, and I don't know if that's a paid position or not.
Hmm.
But anyway, and it just kind of fizzled out after that. Nobody did anything. Well, they did some things. Well, when Zach was there.
So the national one, I know is still going.
Yeah.
Because I just got an email from someone who just took over a executive position, and she introduced herself saying, if you lead a group in your area that's under our umbrella, we want to get
Yeah.
some. So I forwarded that to Courtney, our current president of Metroplex Atheists, and I don't know if she's done anything with it yet, but
I haven't seen it.
just giving out contact info.
Yeah.
So they might have hit a low spot, but it looks like their new life is being breathed into it.
That'd be good.
Hopefully, yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Are there any plugs, shout outs, anything you'd like to get out there? Upcoming events? What does Metroplex Atheists do? If you're in the North Texas area, what kind of events do we normally have that you can be a part of, and how can they find us? How can they find us?
Well, they can find us, we've got a website, metroplexatheist.org.
MetroplexAtheist.org.
We've got a
Okay.
Facebook page. We've got
There's a Twitter.
Meetup.
Meetup app is a good
Meetup
one.
is, that shows.
All one word, Meetup.
Yeah, the
The
things
app.
that we do.
Mhm.
And currently, we're gonna have a picnic. I think it's in May.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a picnic, and we have social meetings on Wednesdays at Gilligan's every Wednesday night.
That's Jay Gilligan's Bar and Grill. It's in Arlington, Texas. That's every Wednesday night. We meet there.
And then we have a business meeting once a month
Yep.
on the second Tuesday of the month.
And the monthly dinners. That's at a restaurant. That's on the Meetup app. It's always a different restaurant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What else? What else? Oh, we do a solstice party in December. It's always a fun time. And everything is going to be on that Meetup app or our Facebook page, so look for it there. Metroplex Atheists. It's been really great hearing all this. You've opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I had no idea about, Terry.
Well, good.
So yeah, thanks a lot for coming on.
Oh, enjoyed it
All
very
right.
much.
Take care.